In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 college basketball games happening on January 17, 2023, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 college basketball games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Alabama versus Vanderbilt. We're right in the thick of conference play, and we've got an interesting Southeastern Conference matchup here on Tuesday as the Vanderbilt Commodores get ready to host the Alabama Crimson Tide. Alabama has been one of the best teams in the country as they enter at 15-2, while Vanderbilt has been a mixed bag at 9-8. Perhaps unsurprisingly given those marks, oddsmakers had the Crimson Tide as a large favorite here. Alabama is 5-0 against the spread in the last 5 meetings between these two teams and 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 road games, while the over is 13-3-1 in their last 17 road games against a team with a winning home record. Vanderbilt is 2-5 against the spread in their last 7 home games and 14-6 against the spread in their last 20 games following an against the spread win. Alabama has been completely dominant all season, and particularly in conference play, with each of their 5 Southeastern Conference wins coming by at least 11 points. So I'm not really too concerned about laying 8.5 with them here. They just beat LSU by 40 in their most recent game and have one of the highest ceilings of any team in the country. Right before that, they beat a ranked Arkansas team by 15 on the road. They've only lost 2 games all season, and they were to Connecticut and Gonzaga, 2 of the 10 best teams in the nation. Vanderbilt has regressed this season, and they don't have anybody averaging more than 13 points per game. Most of their wins have been by very narrow margins, and they only have 1 notable win all year. The Tide have looked rock solid on the road this season and have dominated some pretty good competition like Arkansas and Mississippi State, while also having a true road win over Houston on their resume. Vanderbilt's grabbed some impressive wins of their own at home, but I just think when you match these 2 side by side, Alabama's the better team by a fair margin. I get the narrative that Alabama has some off-court distractions here, but the Tide still know there's a job to do here. So the Alabama Crimson Tide to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. This one has shootout written all over it. Alabama is truly elite on offense, and they have scored at least 78 points in 10 of their past 11 games. They are coming off a game where they scored 106, and they shouldn't have any trouble at all getting into the high 82nds here against a bad Vanderbilt defense. Vanderbilt is much better on offense than on defense, as they rank 50th in offensive efficiency, but just 159th in defensive efficiency according to KenPom. Alabama plays at the 4th fastest pace in all of college basketball, and lead scorer Brandon Miller is averaging almost 20 points per game while shooting better than 46% from 3. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Georgia versus Kentucky. The Georgia Bulldogs will head up to Lexington to face the Kentucky Wildcats in Southeastern Conference play from the Rupp Arena on ESPN. Kentucky leads the all-time series 113-22 after winning 9 of the last 10 meetings. The Kentucky Wildcats will host the Georgia Bulldogs from Rupp Arena on Tuesday night. The Wildcats are coming off a huge 63-56 road win over number 9 Tennessee on Saturday as 11-point underdogs. Now 2-3 in conference play, Kentucky will play 2 consecutive games at home before traveling on a 3-game Southeastern Conference road trip. The 38th-ranked Kentucky offense is led by reigning Naismith Player of the Year, Oscar Tshiebwe, who ranks 4th and 1st in the conference in points and rebounds, respectively. His teammates Antonio Reeves, Casson Wallace, and Jacob Toppin are all scoring in double figures. Georgia improved to 3-1 in conference play with its 62-58 road win over Ole Miss on Saturday. The Bulldogs have impressed beyond preseason expectations after its 6-26 overall record last season, which ended in a 1-17 record in the Southeastern Southeastern Conference. Georgia, which is 1-3 on the road this season, will play in the second game of a 2-game road trip. The 167th ranked Georgia offense is led by senior guard Terry Roberts, who ranks 5th and 3rd in the conference in points and assists, respectively. His teammate Cario Aquendo is the only other player scoring in double figures. While its winning ways are a bit unfamiliar to most, Georgia has a great opportunity to continue on its bounce-back season with a win in Lexington. Kentucky's conference losses this season were a 14-point loss to a Missouri team that is 2-3 in conference play, a 26-point loss to Alabama as 4.5-point dogs, and a home loss to a South Carolina team that is 1-3 conference play. So the Georgia Bulldogs to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Last time these teams faced off, the game went well over the 146.5-point total by 22.5 points. This year the total is obviously lower, coming in at 136, which makes taking the over even more encouraging in this one. Both teams average over 70 points per game on the season, as stated earlier, placing the implied total on average over 140 points. Expect both teams to convert on a majority of their shots, leading to a fast-paced and close game throughout, and what should be a point total well over 136. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Baylor versus Texas Tech. Big 12 action continues on Tuesday night when the number 21 Baylor Bears travel in state to take on the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Baylor just had an easy home win over Oklahoma State, winning 74-58 and covering as 7.5-point favorites. Texas Tech is fresh off a tough loss by 2 to number 10 Texas on the road, losing but covering as 8-point dogs. This is their first meeting this season. They met twice last season with Texas Tech winning both matchups. Baylor is 34-16-2 against the spread in their last 52 road games and 2-7 against the spread in their last 9 games following an against the spread win. The over is 4-1 in Baylor's last 5 games. Texas Tech is 1-3-1 against the spread in their last 5 games and 2-5-1 against the spread in their last 8 games following an against the spread win. The over is 9-2-1 in Texas Tech's last 12 games. Texas Tech comes into this game on a 5-game losing streak and is still looking for their first conference win, while Baylor has won 2 games in a row. Neither team has been very impressive so far this year, but both teams do have a few close losses that could easily have ended up as wins. The Texas Tech Red Raiders are going to get the benefit of the doubt at home, and they're a balanced team capable of winning this game. However, let's not act like Texas Tech is coming off the best week, and we're getting a rare spot with Baylor in the underdog role. Baylor has been underdogs twice this season and won both games outright. I believe that Baylor is the more complete team, and I do not see them losing this game. So the Baylor Bears to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. I'm a bit surprised by this total being around the 147-point line despite the fact that Baylor is one of the best offensive teams in the country. The Red Raiders won't outlast the Bears if they don't bring their best defense, and Texas Tech is capable of slowing Baylor down. Each of the Red Raiders' last 5 contests has seen less than 148 points in total. They've held Kansas to 75 points, so I believe that the Raiders will force Baylor into half-court basketball and make this one a low-scoring affair. Texas Tech records 68.7 possessions per 40 minutes, while Baylor registers 69.1. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.